Alright, let me swap here so I can actually see the chat. Actually, hold on, I forgot I literally have something that I can toggle windows with. I don't think I have any up, that's probably what it is. Yeah, I don't have any windows, that's why. And I should have set it up earlier, but I have the extra window. There it is. Cool. Alright, now I can actually see the chat somewhere in front of me so that it's not anywhere. But, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Shiggles and Giggles Podcast. I sound like shit, probably, but I've got my friends here, Mason and Bub, on the podcast, and today we're going to be talking about childhood memories, the stuff that we loved as a kid and always wanted to, either see again or just anything in general that you really liked in your childhood and just talk about it. But, who wants to go first on their childhood memory? It can literally be anything.
Let's start this off with a bang, shall we? I almost got hit by a truck over a Wii remote.
That's a wild childhood memory to start off with. I will be honest. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Okay.
what the fuck?
So, for context, it was back when I was living in apartments, and this was before I moved to where I am now, so we used to go on trips a lot. I was trying to, because it was before I lived with my cousin, so I was like, I'm gonna bring my Nintendo Wii, and then we were packing it all up. I'm like, oh wait, I realized I have the games and the console, but I don't have any controllers. So I got out of the car, and then I just ran inside in front of the street, and just ran right in front of a truck. If I was any slower, I probably would have gotten hit.
Oh my god.
When I got inside, I came out, my dad just had like this look of shock, and I'm just like, I got it.
Oh my god. That is wild.
Good way to start. Let's see
Yeah,
if any of you can top that.
Fantastic start, I'll say. Good lord. I'm gonna try with these pins, to be honest, because I'm trying to swap back and forth. If we have people talking at the same time, it's gonna be a little difficult, but yeah. So don't worry about the terrible camera placement. But yeah, Bub, do you have anything that could either top it off or get really close?
No.
Dang.
No, I don't think there was ever a time where I've almost gotten killed over a fucking controller. I think you're just stupid. What the hell?
Listen, okay, it's fine. I'm here, right? I'm Gucci, okay? That's all I'm saying, Chief.
First party controller?
Oh my god, okay.
Imagine if you almost died over a third party controller.
Honestly.
Imagine almost dying over a rock candy.
Oh my god.
Which I found out, apparently they are still a thing, but they only make arcade fighting sticks.
Interesting. That's honestly surprising.
Yeah, those are from the same company. They rebranded. It's called like PDP or something now.
Okay.
It is completely... Which, hang on the topic of that, I guess I have a good segue for this. Like, you'll go afterwards, but like whenever it comes to third-party controllers, let's get into that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Third-party controllers kind of had like a either hit or a miss. Like my Rock Candy, my PlayStation 3 Rock Candy, I've had it for probably almost 10 years. Like it still works. The start button is messed up and the X button is messed up, but it still works and I still use it. But
that's
it's so funny because since they're not made anymore, they cost more than a DualShock.
Jesus.
I'm talking over 100 on eBay.
My god.
I wonder if they make good replacement parts.
Probably.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like, those things are like, you can literally see the insides of those things. It's kind of like the whole brand. So,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like how, like, those Nintendo 64 hotel controllers were used to repair actual Nintendo 64 controllers. Which, did you hear about those?
I don't think I have. No.
Okay. Bob, do you want to tell them about the hotel Nintendo 64 controllers, or do you want me to?
I forget like the specifics, but I know like they had like these. You kind of had to pay for them in your hotel room. It was like hooked up to a TV, and they had specially designed controllers to be able to play these, and they weren't for actual retail use. So after they went out and whatnot, people found them and they started using them to replace the parts inside of the controller, so that they can last instead of going to third party, which is actually pretty good because there's quite a number of them, if I remember correctly, that still exist.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's kind of bonkers, honestly, and whenever it comes to, like, third-party Nintendo 64 controllers, I know they weren't technically third-party, but, like, they were damn fine controllers. As somebody who used one of them, I don't know how to describe the feeling, but it's like, it felt like you were holding a heavier Nintendo 64 controller. And for a little kid, that's not what you wanted, but they had to program all the stuff in there for things.
Okay.
So, I don't know, it was weird, but I mean, I remember playing on a lot of them. Like, that's how I first played Smash Nintendo 64. So, and a little bit of an embarrassing confession, that was the first time I played Super Mario 64 because I thought the DS version was the only one that existed when I was younger.
Fair enough, but goodness.
Make fun of me if you want. I see your, like, shake of denial. Listen, bro, listen. No, don't you shake your head at me. I have coffee. I can chuck this. Yeah, don't
oh my
make
God.
me.
Val also ready to chuck.
Throw it at him.
Huh?
No, not yet. We haven't gotten to what anything he said yet.
Right,
Oh, there's probably gonna be a lot of stuff that you'll
I-
throw controllers at me for. Or throw anything. Throw a banana, throw a coffee
He
cup or
literally has a
something.
banana.
I have the banana.
Yeah.
He has the banana. Oh my. But yeah, no, those controllers were very weird. And oh God, it's so bizarre. And you haven't heard of these before.
Those, no. I haven't heard of, like, all of those.
Okay.
Yeah, going to a hotel
Well,
and being
then-
able to
What
do all
about,
that.
what Nintendo 64 controllers have you heard of?
I couldn't tell you, honestly, aside from, like, I know what you guys have told me, like, because I know there's, of course, like, the third-party ones. I'm not, like, hugely into the N64 controller, like, stuff, or just in general. I know I used to own, I think I still have my, I think it was a Rock Candy, Xbox 360 controller, and that was, like, a more third-party.
Fuck yeah.
Whenever I, like, went ahead and used that. I still have it, I just don't know where it is. I'm pretty sure it's, like, with all my Xbox shit just hiding somewhere in my
Those are
closet.
the see-through.
Yeah, those are the
colored
see-through.
ones, right?
see-through.
They're see-through.
Yeah,
Rock
I have the
Candy are
blue
the
one.
ones where it has X-ray.
They are wired, right?
Yeah, they're
Yes,
wired.
they're wired. And yeah, no,
I've seen those all
it
over
was a good
GameStop.
cheap alternative. Yeah, like GameStop was like a huge place. GameStop and Target were,
I think
like,
that was.
I don't know if you can
I
get
think
hold of
GameStop
them
was
at that,
GameStop was probably literally where I got mine for the
yeah,
360.
it's like,
Yeah,
and they sold them for like dirt cheap, like $20 for a controller that can last 10 years. Like,
honestly,
$20. $20, dude. Like, oh my gosh. But
honestly,
I don't know. And whenever it comes to third-party Nintendo 64 controllers, I have one that my brother gave me. You know how, like, the Nintendo 64 has, like, 3 handles, right?
yeah.
It was missing the handles on the sides. And it only has a handle for the analog. So it's like your other hand would just awkwardly, like, hover over the buttons with nothing to grip onto as you, like, try to play the game.
No.
And fun fact, the joysticks on those are the first things to go out. So mine that's sitting over there right now is literally sitting there with a sharp point for an analog stick.
Oh my God, that is terrifying.
Imagine trying to play Mario Party with that. You remember that?
What the hell broke off the two little sides then?
I don't know, because it was made like that. It was made like that. Like,
so it was
Interesting.
just
because it
designed
was
like
curved.
that.
Yeah, it was curved like that. It was just like if I still have it. I could send you a picture. It literally like it's like a soft surface that's curved like that. It goes like
Oh, the
it
way you
goes-
described it was like someone got pissed and just fucking.
Yeah,
smacked
that's
it.
what I
no,
was
no.
think. That's what I thought too. I was like, wait a minute, someone just tore off the fucking
I mean,
sides and it
to
was
be
just
fair,
the
it's like
center.
during
It's got like a little electrical part just sticking out, and
Yeah,
don't worry
like
about it, just don't touch it.
yeah, don't touch
well,
the
they play too
electrical
much
part.
Smash.
Yeah.
No, like could you imagine like they're like designing this controller like what do we do for the design of this controller? Someone's like playing a game and they go, damn it! And the guy is like, you're hired.
Like that's it.
You're hired. That's our new designer.
You're hired. You
It's literally the Nintendo hired this man.
Yes.
do not use that meme in my presence now.
Too bad.
But
didn't.
yeah, no. Whenever it comes to third-party controllers, since we're talking about that, does
Mhm.
anybody? You mentioned your Rock Candy. Do you have any other third-party controllers that you used growing up that like you don't have to say company, but like just remember their design at the top of your head?
I think other than specifically that, and then I think I've remembered using like friends' possible third-party controllers, but I think they were not like the super great ones. I just don't remember all of their designs off the top of my head, other than like maybe I know one friend specifically I've gone to where they have like a bunch of different controllers, and I know there were definitely quite a bit of third-party ones. I don't remember any of the designs, sadly, and which ones they are. But I know I've used some, but I just don't have too much experience with third-party controllers. Maybe, of course, aside from the 360, probably maybe the Wii. Because I don't know if there
This
were
man
any
got
that I
stuck
ended
with
up.
the Asian controllers.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Like those really bad ones where it's like
Yeah, the
buttons are
bad.
all messed up. You got stuck with the fourth person controller.
Yeah, because I
Just
know
hated you.
some. Because the thing is that I don't know if that also kind of happened with the first party sort of controllers too. Because I know it definitely had like some of its own issues, but I know just even with the first party controllers and the third party, I'm pretty sure with like trying to have the Wii remote, you're trying to like shake it to have the pointer be on the screen. You're like, why isn't it showing up? Like it's been that way on like plenty of the first party controllers that I've used. So I'm just like, damn it. But other than that, I think that's like really the only. It's like the only use that I've had with
Have you
third
tried
party.
pointing it at the sun and see if it works?
No, I have
Ever
not.
tried- no, you gotta do what the Super Mario Galaxy data book tells you to do and go touch grass.
You go
That
touch
is a real thing,
grass.
by the way.
It
That's a
is.
thing, yeah. That's an actual
Yes.
thing.
Yeah,
For
that is
anyone
an
on the
actual thing. It is so funny.
anyone on the podcast that does not know, go look up the. Wasn't it on the back or wasn't it a manual?
It's on the back of the guidebook that you buy at like GameStop, or like once you 100
Yeah.
and give all 120 stars to Luigi, go outside and look at the stars. Like, yeah, no, you're just trying to tell me to go outside.
Literally go outside and touch grass. Said the
Yeah.
developers of Super Mario
It's a
Galaxy.
Nintendo. Oh my gosh, bro. No, it makes it so funny to me because it's like, imagine looking at your fan base and being like, they're insane.
Yeah, no, we know they're insane. Let's tell them to do something after they're done with the game. Or at least say it on the
Real,
back.
though, or where they're not gonna look, right? No.
Yeah, or hopefully put it in game. I don't know if anyone's done that yet. I don't know if anyone said after you 100% a game, for the love of God, go outside and touch some grass. I'm not sure if anyone's done that
For the
in
love
game, fourth wall
outside.
break.
That would be. I honestly though, I could see the Deadpool game doing that. Does anybody
Oh,
know
I'm
the
sure.
Deadpool game?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Absolutely, I
Oh,
remember it.
I could totally see it do that, but whenever it comes to specific third-party controllers, one of the first things I ever thought of was, back when. Well, first off, third-party controllers have been kind of. It's like they're falling off in this day and age because you have like Power A, who is officially licensed by Nintendo to make cheaper controllers, for
Yeah.
example. And you have like something like that with other companies, but like not every single one. Like you go look up DualShock PlayStation 4 on Amazon, you're like $20.
Yeah, you're
Like it's just like
questioning
the
it.
biggest red flag. Like I don't know. Whenever it comes to actually, what was the most modern third-party controller you guys have ever used?
I would say PS5. I don't think I've ever
Oh,
used like a Series X. I don't know if it's the same controller for Series X,
mhm.
but definitely I've used a PS5 controller maybe like once or twice, but if it's not that, then I would definitely say probably like the index controllers would probably be my second biggest ones that I've used, and then the one before that is like I'm pretty sure it was Xbox. Yeah, I think it was Xbox before PlayStation, or vice versa. I think it was PlayStation then Xbox for like when the Xbox One was like first new, and of course PS4, and that was with, you guessed it, Destiny. Destiny 1.
But anyways, so whenever it comes like the most recent one I use, I technically am cheating when I say this, but I have an Xbox controller over there that works for both Series X and normal Xbox One, but it's wired, so I
That's
just use it for my computer. If I can find the brand for it, I would recommend it. That is a good controller for PC gaming. That's all I'll say. I've used it for emulators. I use it for like almost every PC game I play. It is very good. Highly recommend.
oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's kind of cheating. If we're talking about like third party controllers you use in your childhood, you have to go with like the really, like those Xbox 360 controllers that you would see on the shelves, or like the PlayStation 3 controllers that have the buttons like flipped. You're like, isn't PlayStation supposed to be like down here and not up here? But then like the ones that look like Xbox but work on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Those weird freaking things. What's your experience with third-party controllers, bub?
So I don't know why this is, but I used to have a lot on Wii U, and I don't really know why because I don't think their controllers were really that expensive anyway. But most of the time they looked pretty cool. And the last one I got was it's a Pro controller that is shaped, but it has the handles. It has the handles of the Pro controller for Wii U, but in the middle it's shaped like the Super Nintendo, and it's got the little color buttons like the Japanese Famicom or
The one where
Famicom.
it's like it has like that indent in the middle that looks like an
Yes,
actual.
it has the indent.
I have that. I have that. I have
Yes.
that.
Yeah, it's not a good controller.
Mm-hmm.
I
The
hate
buttons feel hard. Like that is all. Like it feels like you're fighting the controller more than you are playing a
Oh
game.
my
it.
god.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine you press down on the trigger and you feel like you're gonna give yourself arthritis if you played a shooter game with that.
Oh no, that would not be
The
good for
bumpers
me.
feel like brakes. The only good things I will give it are the analog sticks, but I only say it's good for third-party standards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You might give Nintendo shit, but at least you get what you paid for. Because like I've had my Switch Pro controllers for years, ever since Smash Bros. And Ultimate came out.
Yeah.
Never had any issues with them. And you could say you paid for your quality, but it's like not everybody has. God, how much are the Pro controllers? 180? Just
like 80,
$120?
like $80,
80,
US
yeah,
dollars.
$80. $80
Yeah.
for these damn things. And Joy-Cons are like, what, $10 less?
Honestly.
Like,
But But that's what I always tell people. Like, if you're gonna get into like video games as a whole, like you can't cheap out on this stuff because you want this to last. Yeah, it's $80 is a lot, but if you pay for it, it's gonna be a while before you have to pay that money again. So
Unless it's the early
True.
I
PS5
think so.
controller.
Now it's debatable because I hear people complain about the drifting people have, which is a problem that should have been addressed. I haven't had the issue, but I know a lot of people have, so that shouldn't be ignored. So I
Exactly.
understand that kind of frustration. But for anything else that doesn't have that problem, you want to buy first party, the best, even if it may be expensive, because even though it's expensive, it will last. I think so.
True. Yeah.
If we're on the topic of, I love these chairs. We're getting on the topic of the best. Can we talk about those really bad, well, not even just really bad, but like pro controllers or like pro controllers
Oh, the pro
that always get
controllers
talked
for
about?
Switch.
No,
Whenever
no,
like,
not even just Switch, for Xbox, for PlayStation, just for everything. Like you've
oh,
seen it
like
before. Like
where
you've seen the
I think I've used the what is it, the Xbox like Elite controller where like it has the fucking four
yes.
buttons that you can program on the back. Yeah, I've used like one of those. It felt weird. I thought it was cool as a concept, but I'm not someone that would do that. I'm someone that uses the claw kind of like thing anyways on an Xbox controller or even a PlayStation or whatever type of controller. I don't know if you know what the claw is specifically, but literally, like, it's not having, like, holding a controller like this. It's literally, like, holding a controller like this with, like, the analog stick on, like, your thumb, but then you also have, like, your finger resting on, like,
Oh,
the square and triangle or, like, the X and Y button, and then you can, like, move it down or anything like that, and then you also have, like, your middle or your, ring finger on your right hand is like the bumper and trigger and whatnot. That's what I've used. I don't think I need extra binds on the back because I don't have my fingers normally back here aside from mainly like my left hand. That's it. But
that just reminds me of first off, I'm gonna say this and it's gonna ruin perception for PlayStation 5 controllers and just PlayStation controllers in general for you guys. So you hold the controller, you start the
okay.
game, you move your thumb down to the analog stick, and you don't think about it. The moment you realize it, it's the most irritating thing in the world because you realize you can't control it.
For the analog, wait,
Hmm.
I always have my thumb on the analog stick. What is it? Because for Xbox, I know the analog stick's up instead of down where the D-pad is. The D-pad is basically switched on the PlayStation and Xbox controllers. But I'm
Yes.
always so used to going on the analog sticks. I'm never used to going to the D-pad because that is something
Interesting.
I'm never used with D-pad. Like I'll probably use D-pad maybe once in a while if I need to, but I don't ever use the D-pad that often unless like what is it? If I were playing like Crash Team Racing or something because I need to do like tight turns or something and need like a specific like thing, then I would use that, but I don't use that often. That's like the only game I can recall off the top of my head that I use that.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, so first off, whenever it comes to like a different controller, like hand layout, like I'll play some games where it's like you need to press like button, jump, move camera real quickly, right? I'll like use my index finger with my middle finger and my thumb to try to push triggers, bumpers, buttons, and move the camera all at the same time. I go like crab
Hmm.
claw with that whenever I play certain games. And
Yeah,
some games I'll
that's
be like
that's like
moving with like I'll be like moving around, and then like I'll use my thumb to press buttons, and it'll move my pointer finger this way. So I just go like crab claw.
yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing was crab claw, and even sometimes my finger also does the same thing where it'll go to the analog stick. 9 times out of 10, I always have my thumb on the analog stick anyways, and every time it'll just be my pointer finger just on all the buttons. I don't know if I can do it better now. I'll still probably have it, but I don't think I can do it as well as I used to. Because that was how I played competitively in Halo 3. Whenever they had the whole competitive thing, and that was back when I was like, what, 12, 13 or something, before like, what was it? Whenever they introduced like Halo 3 ODST or Halo Reach or something. I'm trying to remember when exactly this was, but this was like around the release of Halo 3. If not a little later into its lifespan was when that happened, and I was like, yo, I want to do that. And I know my mom was telling me about that, and I believe you had to change your gamer profile picture on a Xbox to be able to, I guess, participate. I don't know how exactly it worked, but I know there was like also a playlist where you would go in, and I think it was literally like Team Slayer or like varied objectives as well. I have to recall what that event was, but that was the main thing that I remembered doing, just playing, and that was mostly for like first person shooters, was doing the claw. And I definitely remember not winning some of my matches. I know some of the matches I remember winning too, but I'm just like, I don't remember all of it. I just remember there was a playlist. I had to change my profile picture on Xbox to like a Halo based picture, and I think that was mostly just like Master Chief. I liked the Arbiter more, which was something that I think was fairly uncommon for any like profile pictures back in the day, but I don't know. That was like the most I remember, and then I of course remember like winning and losing some matches, but I don't think I ever placed anywhere. So I was just like playing it for fun and also like in a sense competitively, but I thought it was fun. I hadn't played like that in years.
Yeah, no, that's whenever it comes to like playing games competitively, I can see why people have fun with it, but like I don't understand how you can play one game so much. Like I don't know if that's just me,
That's how much I've
but
done. I know TF2 is probably like the biggest one I've played a lot. And then of course Destiny. I'm gonna go back to that one a lot. And you're gonna be fucking ready to throw a fucking coffee cup at me because I'm talking about Destiny again. Both of you already. But those are like some of the biggest games I normally play is like Destiny. I'm slowly gonna stop that, which reminds me, I have a video ready to upload. I gotta update like one or two things within it because I fucked up. I had my alarm go off in like two of the encounters that we were playing, and I'm pretty sure if people watched it, they're gonna go, why is there like an alarm going off? And I'm gonna be like, whoops, because the first encounter I didn't hear it for an entire minute. And then the second one literally went off right as the encounter ended, but I'm pretty sure I cut that off before then. But yeah, no, I still have played Destiny a lot, and Team Fortress 2 well way back, especially like during high school. I 100% played that like a lot, and I had a fuck ton of time to play it. And of course, I had so
poor
many memories
soul.
in that too. What do you mean, poor soul? I mean, understandably
You
for
know
Destiny,
exactly
yeah.
what I mean.
For Destiny, understandably. For Team Fortress 2, I don't know about that aside from currently today's standards going on with the game. But
Funny thing, I thank
Standards, he
TF2
says.
because now I'm sitting in this chair
yes.
because of it. So,
Oh, yeah.
It's okay if you don't have standards. You know, we're allowed to talk about our issues. It's fine. Speaking of alarms, mine's going off. I'll deal with it later.
Oh my goodness. I don't
but
think, yeah, I don't
I
think
don't
I can
know.
even hear it, so it ain't going through on my end.
Oh my god, noise suppression working?
Yes.
What? Noise suppression
Oh,
working?
whoa.
what?
That's
No, but
crazy.
I'm content with playing games like how I do. Like I've had people tell me I should play competitive. I'm like, nah. Like, I appreciate the compliment that you think I can, but like, I'm good, Chief. Like,
Probably with some practice, you might be able to get competitive and go through with it.
that is the most insulting thing you have ever said. But yeah, no, it's like I like Smash Brothers. I've been told I could play competitive Smash. Never felt so disgusting. And then there's, I don't remember if it was like back in the day, but it was some game I used to play a lot where I had friends tell me, and I was like, if I don't remember, it's clearly not important.
True.
But I don't know. I guess
Bitch,
like
you don't remember
goes on to the
5
next.
minutes ago.
I do.
No, you don't.
We were talking about I just had it.
Well, I'm gonna use this time to
So
talk
about your
about more about
experience.
the rock candy.
Oh boy! All right,
Because
let's go for it.
Yes.
because it has something cool to mention. So, how many
Yeah.
of you are familiar with having your own homemade arcade cabinets?
I wish I
I
did.
don't.
I really wish I did because I've seen like all the arcade cabinets you can have and put them somewhere. That was like something
Mm-hmm.
probably a couple years ago I remember actually having like a fascination with, but I would love to have a home arcade cabinet just chilling there and then I could literally just have that set up and play whatever games that you'd want to play on there.
Exactly. My brother has something like that. So what he did
Ooh.
is that he took he bought like this it was cheaply made, but it was a Street Fighter 2, 3, something like that arcade. It had like all the Street Fighters whatever on it, and
Mm-hmm.
he bought a Raspberry Pi with it, and
Ooh.
he opened it, put a MAME emulator whatnot, replaced the buttons with the rock candy. So it lights up. The controllers light up. The red
That's
and blue.
That's
actually really
cool as hell,
cool.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he put a PC in it. So it would connect with each other. And it would launch MAME and go
That's
straight to the emulators.
yeah, that's
And
exactly
That's
what I
or
sick
thought.
ROMs,
as
I should
hell.
say.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly
the
what I was
controllers
Got a
thinking.
picture of that, please.
There's
Yes.
I'll have to see if he's got it set up, but when he was living with us like a few years ago, that shit was fun. I'll play Mortal Kombat. There was the Simpsons game on it. There was like Donkey Kong. It didn't even have to be like just arcade games. It could be just like
Mhm.
NES games. It could be anything. And
Imagine
it
like
had
you're
like a
playing like
dedicated
a
button.
Mhm.
Yeah.
imagine you're playing like a Street Fighter cabinet and like you're sitting there like playing it like you're playing and then someone walks in and like, oh, what you're playing, and you're like, Forza.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it is actually really cool. It is a lot of money to buy those things,
Yeah, that
but
makes sense.
like if you get everything part of it and whatever you're prepared, get all the ROMs, the emulators, you know how to set it up. It's actually really cool. Problem is he doesn't have the time in the world anymore to play it.
Aw.
That
Life be like
sucks,
that.
but I mean,
Yeah.
life
He's
be
got
like
it. It was
that.
cool.
Like you get all the money for all this cool stuff, and what do you do with it? Stare at it before you go to work.
Stare at it because you can't
Mhm.
play it. That's
That's gonna be me
literally
and
how I
Music
feel
the
every day.
Index soon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, poor soul.
Yeah.
Oh, good gosh. I am definitely excited for. I would love to do a custom arcade cabinet one day. Like put like a
Yes.
game on there, really like Slay the Princess, or if I'm crazy enough,
Mm-hmm.
Paper Mario. I would totally do it. Everyone here knows I would.
Oh, and have the
It
applied
would be a
filters
lot of work
too.
and a lot of money.
And apply those
Yeah.
filters. That would be great. I'd love to see that. Like make something like
That
Slay
would
the
be
Princess more of
amazing.
more of like a retro, like just have its own look to it and make it like I don't know, make it like look like it came out at a different time.
Yeah,
Something like
like
that, yeah.
Oh, that would be so good, bro. Oh,
Honestly.
God, I love Slay the Princess, but
Which, funny enough,
I can
Markiplier's playing it right now.
you still got to finish your playthrough. But I'm gonna let you
I
wait
know.
until the pristine cut because
That
we're
is
making
true,
a pristine
yeah.
cut of it. So I'll make you wait.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But you
I'd
just
like
know
to try.
afterwards you can't escape your fate.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with waiting for the pristine cut. I wanna watch Mark play it too and see what he does. Because I already saw the first couple of videos he's done.
Fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
What a mess. But I don't know what's. Okay, we kind of went off the rails, so let's go back to third party. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about with third party controllers? Because if we don't, I want to talk about pro controllers. So if anybody has anything else they want to say about third party,
I definitely don't have anything about third party because I don't have that much experience with them.
Bub.
Third party? Did Dreamcast have a third party?
I'm gonna be real, Chief. I don't think it was popular enough.
Well, that's like what I was thinking. Like, I can think of like being their fucking NES and like hell, I'm sure Atari 2600. But I'm like, what about Dreamcast? I don't fucking remember there being any. Wow, it really wasn't that loved, was it? I mean, it came out at a bad time, but still, I like Dreamcast.
Oh, I love the Dreamcast. I would love to own one physically, but it's like, yikes. Also, don't burn discs and play them on your Dreamcast. That is a good way to kill it.
Dang.
Play
Do
burn
it.
discs that have no battery. No. But yeah, no, that's okay. Well, okay, well, we're gonna go.
Looks like he's getting talked to, but
For like,
we'll go to the.
well, I'll
Yeah, well-
start like pro controllers.
Yeah.
Because I want to say I think the best pro controller. I'm leaning towards like maybe Wii U and Switch
Mhm.
being some great controllers. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, a Switch controller. I know I
Oh,
definitely
okay.
had a solid time.
Mm-hmm.
Love those things. Like they're everything you need in a pro controller. Not the price, but you don't need all
Yeah,
these like
definitely not the
fancy
price.
schmancy features
Yeah.
or anything like that. It's just, and I hate how we can say this Nintendo Switch Pro controller is cheap when compared to other pro controllers on the market.
Honestly.
That is not a joke. Like you have
Mhm.
the Elite, which has two versions, and one of them being like I think $200 or damn near close.
Yeah, those are.
And one of the only things it has in common
Yeah.
is a built-in battery that you can charge.
Whoa,
And it
that's
has like all the
crazy.
programmable buttons and like the things that pop off. Which, fun fact, the things that pop off don't fix drift. It's just an aesthetic thing. Gonna throw that out there.
Dang.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, and then you have the DualSense Pro, which is $200 for a controller with less battery life than a normal DualSense,
My God.
and has a protective case that you can charge through. And that's about all I think it has besides the typical programmable buttons. It's a cool controller, but I'd pay maybe $100, not double that. No way in hell.
Nah. Just
Mm.
go for the regular ass one. That's all you need. And also, like,
Yeah, and you get more
Going-
battery. What is it?
yeah, but going with because I kind of want to talk about Wii U just because I really love the Wii U Pro controller. The fucking battery life on it. Why is that much better than the fucking gamepad?
Let's talk
I
about
don't
that. How many, like,
understand.
what, is it, like 80 hours more?
It's like it's like I've got mine since 2013. It takes up more fucking battery, or I should say, it saves more battery than my fucking Wii U. If I leave it sitting there for like
controller
2
will
weeks, it's dead.
Yeah, the controller will outlast the console.
That's
Well,
crazy.
turned
Yeah, straight
off
up.
for both of them. Like,
Oh my God.
it is just. It is nuts. Oh, I have another Pro controller to talk about, but I'll wait for him to finish. But it's like, God, I love the Wii U. It was not. It's like the Wii U was literally the quote of the Wii U, and with the Wii U, GameCube, and Dreamcast, I could use this quote for. It was a great piece of art that wasn't appreciated in its time and saw appreciation later.
Oh yeah.
I will stand by that. Because how many people say they love the GameCube nowadays when back at launch almost no one bought it for the PS2? And now look how the PS2 is compared to...
Yeah, no, I love
compared
the
to
GameCube.
nowadays.
I love the GameCube so much more, honestly, than like the PS2.
Oh,
Sure, there
my
was,
man, you just boosted high.
Hey, yeah, no, I loved the GameCube and its titles. Like, I mainly played a lot of like the more well-known first-party titles, aside from like, I'm trying to remember if Star Fox was one of the ones that was on there, or was F-Zero even on there too? Because I know I don't remember
F-Zero was
that.
on
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, I don't remember playing like a lot of those kind of first party or Metroid or anything like that, but definitely like Kirby or like Mario Party or like just what is it like the typical like Nintendo face, like the more well known. I guess more well known. I don't know, but typically like half of like the roster that's well known compared to the other half that's more well known.
Hang on, real quick.
Hmm.
I just realized something. The GameCube didn't have a main Mario game on it until, like, Sunshine. And even if then, like, do we need to talk about Kirby? How his GameCube game got canceled? Sure, he came back and returned to Dreamland, but...
Oh
Oof.
yeah, 'cause I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
I know there was something about it where they made a. I know they made something and it was for the GameCube, but didn't it get canned? And then they just decided, all right, let's bring it back and just put it on like the
I
next
think that was
system.
for Kirby. A lot of his assets got used for Return to Dreamland.
Okay.
So... Oh my god, okay, fucking, oh my god, I love the GameCube. I grew
Well, we
up
went
with
off topic
and
once again.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, GameCube is peak, but
I
It
agree.
is peak.
I agree.
Yeah. I love the Wii U a lot. I have the fucking Zelda edition. I have the Wind Waker edition, which I
Ooh,
sent you a screenshot of. Yeah, I've got that one. And
nice. Yeah.
here's the thing: it's a great console. Even if I got the appreciation they got years later, I don't think that would have saved it regardless. When it comes down to it, it was about the third party support. Yeah, first party is great, but fucking Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, piece of shit. The
Mhm.
Mario Party game on it, piece of shit. It like
we need
they
to talk about the
were
modding scene.
they were fucking, I don't know what the hell Nintendo was doing. They were playing like way too safe to be like, well, we're not gonna add story. Like, but why am I paying $60 for a fucking nonsense game?
Honestly.
I mean, I know Mario isn't about the story, but at least had something to it. It wasn't the most amazing fucking thing in the world, but it was at least something. Instead of being like
Yeah,
a glorified multiplayer game with bots if you didn't have any friends that Friday night. So it was like,
Exactly.
and you
what am
were
I
playing on the
supposed to
Wii U,
do?
so you probably didn't have any.
Yeah,
Dang.
exactly.
But
Which
it's like, whenever it comes to like the Mario Tennis game on the Wii U, fun fact: if you only have one other friend, you cannot be on the same team. Just that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Why is
You
that?
just
No idea.
Yeah, you have to bring a third person along just to have two human players work together, and even then you have to beat the shit out of one guy.
Oh my god.
Like, oh my
Yeah, game's not
gosh,
that
it's
fun.
just it was. I love the Wii U, but it's like during its launch, damn, I didn't have anybody who wanted to play it. The only time I ever got people to actually play that thing was Smash.
Mhm.
That was it.
Oh
And
yeah,
it was
everyone
only at
wanted to play
family
Smash.
reunions when family wanted to like bond, and I forced people to bring along for it.
Ah.
Like, okay, guess we're playing this now.
Yeah, legit. It's like it's horrible, dude. But
Mm-hmm.
with I love the Wii U, but what are you, before we go back to Pro controllers? What are your thoughts on the Wii U?
Wii U, I didn't really get to use that much aside from maybe like a little bit whenever. Hey, chill out. We had one. We had a Wii U. I just wasn't a fan of using it that much. I was not someone that used that. I used it more whenever we were playing like Smash Brothers or maybe like I'm trying to remember if there was Mario Party 2 that was chilling on there or whichever
Nintendo
other
Land?
ones. I don't think we had Nintendo Land on there. Oh my god.
You didn't have the game that came with the console?
unless
How?
unless my brother never really
No,
had it that much.
well,
I mean,
no, earlier versions didn't have it. Earlier versions didn't
Well,
have it.
yeah, there.
it was one of the earlier
Well,
versions of the Wii U then because I don't
wait,
remember
White Wii U?
Wait,
the
It was
white
8
Wii.
gigabyte.
I
Yeah,
have
it was a
Wii
White
U.
Wii U. Yeah. So
fuck. The
how
thing
it
is, I
was,
don't
there was
know.
32 gigabyte. There was 32 gigabyte. That was the deluxe edition that had Nintendo Land, and then there was the White Wii U, which didn't. But it really depends because there was also like Mario Kart editions, which probably omitted Nintendo Land. But yeah, that's
It
probably what it was anyway.
yeah, I'll say it definitely wasn't white. I can say that much. It wasn't a white Wii
Mm-hmm.
U, or at least the whatever the hell the device is that wasn't
The
white.
gamepad.
Yeah, the gamepad wasn't white.
Oh
I'm trying to remember if we
God! If we
had.
want to talk,
I'm trying to remember what it was. It definitely wasn't like a Mario Kart edition or anything like that. I'm trying to remember genuinely what it was. If it was like. God, the only thing that I remember from it is I think it literally had like. I think it was literally just a black gamepad. If I remember correctly, just a
Mm-hmm.
black gamepad. It was either that or
okay.
somehow I remember for whatever reason the Legend of Zelda logo somewhere on it. I don't know why, but I'm like I don't think that's right. I'm pretty
Do
sure it was just
you?
a black. I'm pretty sure it was just a black Wii U
Am I having a
gamepad.
Mandela effect right now?
Probably. I
Mm-hmm.
was like I somehow remember that, but at the same time I'm like I'm pretty sure it was just black. There was because I know like
Okay.
I know the Legend of Zelda one. I'm pretty sure was black, but it also had like its own little like the
Yeah, it
try
had like the little artifact designs from Wind Waker.
Yes.
yeah, I think that was literally what I remembered seeing somewhere. I don't know why. I remember
Okay.
that, but I don't know if I used it at someone else's place or what. But I'm pretty sure I remember
Wait.
something like that.
Yeah,
Wait.
what's up?
So whenever it comes, oh my God, if we have to talk about Nintendo at this time, what they did to the Wii, like they made it non-GameCube compatible, and then they released the fucking mini Wii.
The
Can we
huh?
talk about that? Like,
The
When
Wii U
was
you
Mini.
never
this?
knew about that?
When was this?
It was like later into the Wii's lifespan, like before the Wii U dropped. They made later Wii's not compatible with GameCube games or GameCube controller
Oh,
ports. And then they had the mini Wii, which wasn't compatible with GameCube at all, but it was like a smaller console that was barely big enough to fit a disc inside.
oh
Like
my
you extended like
God!
a few inches, and then that's the size of the console.
There was
Good
also no
lord!
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
It was
also
completely
no Wi-Fi.
offline.
Oh my
Yeah, so
God!
you couldn't even use the WiiWare shop. It was just hardcore discs. No Weathercast channel, no Netflix, no nothing. Just
Jesus,
Damn,
I
can't
mean,
Netflix and chill on my fucking Wii Mini.
right?
What the
Can't
fuck?
even. Yeah, what am I gonna do when I can't chill with the homies and or have anyone to chill
Yeah,
with
go
and
ahead and
watch
waste that
Netflix?
instead of throwing it at him.
Wow. Okay. No hesitation.
But it's just
Yeah.
because I remember when I was younger, one of my only reasons why my parents got the Wii was because it had GameCube support because they knew how much I loved the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the reasons why is that back then, since the GameCube wasn't as popular, shit was for it. So it could be easy to get stuff for it back then. And apparently, when the Wii first came out, I heard because like nowadays I heard about like the what's the best way to put that? The Holocaust of Nintendo
Oh
trying to get a
yeah.
Wii back in 2006.
Yeah.
Like the
What was it?
equivalent of Black Friday
Yeah,
nowadays.
no, that was what was it? Because I know I'm trying to remember who went and got the Wii for that Christmas, but I definitely still remember when I wanted the Wii, and then as soon as I remember playing like Halo, that was literally the point where I swapped. But because they already went through on Black Friday and went ahead and bought the Wii, my mom was like, "Well, shit, he ain't gonna like it," because they got the Wii by the time I switched my mind on the Xbox for the 360. Whenever like Halo
Oh
3,
my
I'm pretty sure came
god.
out. Yeah. So it took a little bit of
Because
time,
whenever
but I had pretty much a whole year with the Wii. But I know I wasn't a huge fan of it back in the day, just because I was like I wanted the 360. But looking on like some of the games, I know I had some fun with them whenever I played. I was like, ooh, there was like of course Mario Party 8. I 100% remember playing WarioWare. I think it was Smooth Moves. I'm pretty sure with the Wii controller, and then I'm trying to remember what else that I had too. I know there was like a Kirby game that was on there too, I'm pretty sure. But I also remember having the GameCube ports and stuff too. That's why I was confused as to why. I was like, wait a minute, why did they do that? Or I didn't even know they ever did that until like, the next system came out. That was like the first time hearing about it because I only ever had that Wii and then we just sold that and never got another one again.
oh dear.
Mhm.
Well, I guess to mention my funny week story, not you mentioned yours. But if you
Uh-huh.
have a funny one, go for it. But how my parents got a Wii back in 2006 was that,
Mm-hmm.
according to my mother, they had got to the Walmart before it was even open. And apparently at that because apparently in that city there were multiple Walmarts. They
Mm-hmm.
literally went to the one that was the least crowded.
Oh
And
my
then that's how they
god.
got in. And then by the time that they were checking out, they saw like floods of people flowing in.
Oh my
And it was
god.
like they literally were like some lucky sons.
Before people started
Mm-hmm.
like throwing down or something. I don't know if anyone
Yeah,
did
before
anyone like
like
throw
just
down just as they were leaving. Was anyone like throwing
um
down or throwing hands at somebody over like
Let's
a
go
fucking
back and watch
TV?
those Black
Yeah,
Friday
watch the black.
videos.
Yes,
People like
yes,
tasing each other.
please.
yeah. It was like, nah, this is my
I remember
TV,
that
bitch.
one. That reminds me of that one where it's like these parents were like fighting, and then I guess like they were like fighting for a TV, and like the TV fell,
Oh my
and then some
god.
guy like caught the TV before it almost hit one of their fucking kids.
Oh my
And
god.
I'm just sitting, and then I just remembered laughing so hard because once the dude caught it, they're like, "Oh, thank you." He puts it and then walks away with the TV after saving the kid. I
Thank
will
you for
never
saving
forget
my
that.
thank you for saving my kid. Yeah, no problem, man. And then just
Just leave with the giant
no
scene. I
problem,
will
ma'am.
never
See you
forget that.
later. Oh
Now,
my
I don't know if
god.
this story is true because it was told to me by a family member, so I don't know its
Okay.
legitimacy because they said they saw it on the interweb. But
The
because back then it didn't
interweb,
have the
yeah.
best name in the world.
Yeah.
Also, I was young,
The
so
interweb.
Yeah,
yeah,
when
the
people used to
interweb
call it.
back when people called it that.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know if it's true or not. If anybody could fact check that, be my guest. But I guarantee that'd be hard. And honestly, with how the United States is, It could have happened, and I'd believe
It
it.
it genuinely could have happened back in the day, I'm sure, but definitely with this this past year's Black Friday, like nobody was there. Nobody. Like it used to go from people fighting over shit to literally no one was going on Black Friday. Like shit was empty on Black Friday.
Because everyone was doing like their bots and shit for Amazon. Nobody
Yeah,
was
everyone
actually
was.
going outside.
Yeah. Who
No
goes
one wants to
outside
get any
anymore?
physical anymore. No one
You
wants
know
to
what's
touch
so funny too?
grass.
One thing you can thank COVID for, it made Black Friday bearable. I'll say it. I'll say it.
I actually agree, to be
sure.
honest, because I'd rather not go around a bunch of people trying to get the one or two things that I wanted in there, only for it to possibly already be gone because someone made it there literally 100 microseconds earlier than you, and you're like the thousandth
Oh my
person in line.
god.
Like you're the thousandth person in line, and someone made it like point 0.5 microseconds earlier than you, and literally that was
Yes,
when a lot of people already
exactly.
like show up, and you're like, why? Or well, that and people would be there the day before and camp out the day before. They're not gonna go in the store. They're not gonna do anything but sit out there and wait for it to close so that they have their spot in line. It's insane.
That literally reminds me of this video. It was this lady who was camping outside for, I guess, a new phone came out.
Oh my
She
god.
walked in
Yes,
there
I
and
know
was
what
like,
that
"Can I?" You know, okay. So she walked in the store for a phone. She asked for every single copy of that phone they had, and when
Oh
they
my
said
god.
one phone a customer, I don't remember what she said. Did she throw a fit or did she just walk out? You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Well, yes. What happened was is that she paid to skip in line. She paid them a lot of money.
Um.
She showed up with
Yeah.
cash in hand, a fat wad of fucking cash. She
Oh my.
paid people to skip the line, all for nothing. Just one phone
Wow.
because they were limited. They were like, nope, fuck you, hoarders. You
Oh
can't.
my
One phone
god.
per
That is.
customer.
Oh my god, wait, to talk about people camping outside, does anybody remember those old PlayStation 2 camp out videos?
I
Like,
was
Oh
whenever
actually
my.
that
going to
shit blew
mention this
up.
before
Oh my
Yes,
because this
god.
shit is
yes.
nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit a certain type of core memory. Tell me if you guys suffer from this. Think of a video of a guy zooming in on someone else in line, and they put a blue box inside of a huge blue ass bag with a white box going in with it, and the dude walking out, and then the lady coming up. If I just triggered a core memory, congratulations, you had a childhood.
Mm-mm.
Like, cause I instinctively remember that, cause like it was everywhere. I don't know why everyone used that one clip. It's like, oh, this
Goodness.
is, oh, great big thing uses the same clip.
Oh my
I guarantee it wouldn't be that
god.
hard to find it. I'm pretty sure even Scott the Waz used that damn clip.
I wouldn't
I
be
know he did like a
surprised.
video talking about that. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god. Midnight releases. I was watching,
Oh,
Yeah, Holy. I remember midnight
I don't
releases too.
know. Yeah, I don't know if you guys watched his YouTube channel called Cat before.
oh.
I have not.
No. Cat, he does he basically shows games and companies like being really shit and whatnot without any commentary. He basically shows without telling and goes through a different process. Like he had a video on Back for Blood was not made by the people that made Left 4 Dead.
Oh,
It was made
then yeah, I've
by the
seen
people
that
who
one.
made Evolve. Yes,
100% I've
that's who it
seen.
is.
Yeah.
He made a video on 343 and Halo's bullshit
I
going
didn't
on
get I didn't
and
get to see
whatnot.
that one. But
Yeah, at the end
You
of the
watch that after this.
video,
mhm.
yes, but I will spoil it at the end because it is important. But you're gonna see it anyway. At the end, it shows Bungie working on it, and it looks like just like a bunch of college guys just sitting around having fun, and how important Halo was for Xbox, and then the guy at some press conference having the tattoo of Halo 2. It says November the 9th, is coming out, and then videos of MTV with the midnight releases of
My
Halo 2,
God.
Halo 3, the final fight, shit like that. And when I saw that, I'm just like,
Yeah.
what do I do to fucking be there?
Honestly.
Like, I will admit, I've only ever been to one midnight release, and don't hate me. Like, put your cups down. It was for Halo 5. No, 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 no.
Fucking
No,
Halo
please,
5?
please.
Halo 5.
That was my only midnight release. No,
Oh
please,
my
please.
God.
That was my only ever midnight release. Was Halo 5.
Oh my
Please.
I feel
goodness.
so bad.
I feel bad.
You deserved better.
Yeah, you deserved a better
So-
midnight release. I
Are
know
you
one of my
okay?
other friends also went,
Do you need to
I'm
talk
pretty
to
sure, for
somebody?
it.
I will say one thing though. One thing I'll never forget about that is when the GameStop manager made a joke about people not having lives.
Oh my
Oh, God.
God.
So we were all sitting in line because, like, certain people would get like midnight release bonuses, right? It was just stuff that GameStop had hanging, being like, "Here's this Halo 5 thing we had to hang for a week. Take it."
That's wild, actually.
They're about to announce it, right? And then the dude goes, and then here's Locke. From what we see in the trailers, looks like he'll be fighting Master Chief throughout the entire game. I don't know. I haven't played it, but I guarantee you guys will find out in a few hours.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Man, actually,
Never forget
never. That's crazy.
He probably wasn't wrong. There's some crazy ass motherfuckers.
Oh,
Probably with some Monster
100%
Energy.
he wasn't.
Uh-huh.
You just speaking
Oh,
facts.
God. But I will never forget that my only midnight release was Halo 5. And also, I'm going to say right now, fucking GameStop is not what it used to be. So I don't think I could ever have
Mhm.
another midnight release.
Yeah, not anymore, at
Right.
least.
Well, yeah, that and with the age of I don't want to say it's like digital fault, but it is very easy, and I'm no
Yeah.
better because I find myself kind of pre-ordering things digitally, but then again, I mostly play on PC. I don't
Yeah.
really play on console that much because why switch at all if I have it on
Right.
one thing?
I think the most we could do for a midnight release is like make an event or something in VR chat, have it be like in a certain server or something that everybody who's interested in be like, hey, we're gonna do
yeah.
a midnight release party for, I don't know, some game coming out.
Whatever
Show up if you
game,
want to
like...
hang. Yeah. And then,
Someone
like,
should
right
make a
when the
world
clock
like that.
strikes 12, everyone leaves. Like, we all universally leave, and then we'll all, like, get in a call or something. Like, that just sounds really cool to me, but also, not to sound like an ass, but people have lives, people have schedules, and also, I don't really think there's a game that everybody is necessarily hyped for. And
Yeah.
to do it that midnight when people have shit to do in the morning, I don't. Also, I'm pretty sure that a certain somebody watching this would absolutely destroy me if I stood up. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
If Faye's watching. So, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I
We'll
think
make
it'd be
sure of
really
it.
cool to do.
Mhm.
Don't you side with her. Listen, don't you
We'll
dare.
make sure of it.
No,
Yes.
no.
I'll beat him with a banana.
You beat me with a banana. Oh my god.
Just give me your word. But someone should make worlds like that in VR chat.
Mhm.
Have it like a midnight release of just anything.
I know
like
that's
a game from the 2000s.
like with
Yeah.
what is it, like the New Year's Eve thing. Like it usually does it like every hour. So like whenever,
Mhm.
anyone has that, you could literally have it like that. I know some
Ooh.
game releases were the same way, kind of like New Year's, because I know Destiny 2 again. I'm going back to that, but it did have its own like release schedule from like whatever side of the world until it came over to like the United States and everything, just because of the whole release schedule, and some people got to play it earlier than others and all of that, but
Mhm.
yeah. I thought of that as an interesting
I feel
concept.
like on YouTube you could probably get some videos where like it can be down. So I feel like that could definitely help with that if you can just set it up correctly.
Yeah.
Say any Jujutsu Kaisen spoilers here, but for New Year's Eve, some guy put a timer for a certain scene in season 2.
Oh yeah.
And when it became that moment for the new year,
I literally have seen a ton of clips. I've seen a ton of different clips of people going through and doing the timing for the new year whole thing and literally just did that. I've seen so many of those. I know one of them especially from like Spider-Man 2 with pizza time on New Year's as well. I've seen that one, and I know, of course, the Infinity War 2, Infinity War and Endgame with the finger snap from Thanos and all of that. That's the same thing. Yeah, there's so many clips
Majora's
out there.
Mask, third and final
Yeah.
day.
Yes.
Which is pretty funny, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Because imagine doing that in 2019.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That would have been
That's
wild.
a very good joke.
That would have been wild
good
if
joke.
it actually
my
happened at that point and just ended up
Ooh.
becoming the most well-timed joke to ever exist.
And they're like,
Like, I
shit,
saw
what
this-
have I done?
I saw this one video where like this dude was like playing with his dog, and then like he was like waiting for the countdown, but in like the moment the countdown struck, the dog did a flip.
Oh my
It
god.
was like
That's honestly
That's
it
cool
was
though.
like it like on the 58th second it did the flip, and then when it landed, boom, New Year. It
That's
was
actually
so cool. I'll see if I
that
can
was
find
actually cool, yeah.
The dog's the main
I'll see if I
character.
can find. For real though,
The main
it
character
was
of the
one of those
movie.
like Facebook boomer clips, so I guarantee it'll be hard to find, but I'll try.
Okay. Makes sense.
But oh, good God, I am definitely excited for any kind, because like whenever it comes to games coming out that like you guys are excited for, I think you guys already know mine, but just to say it for the people there at home, I'm gonna be broke in October. We have the new Mario Party. We have the new Sonic game,
Yeah.
Sonic Shadow Generations,
Yep.
and then we have Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, all in the same month.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna have a wallet.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, here, just take my wallet. I don't fucking need it anymore.
No,
It's
I'll be
gone.
like Sparking Zero, Sonic Shadow Generations, Mario Party within 1 week. Second week, ice soup.
Oh my
Ice
god.
soup.
But oh my gosh, just yeah, no, that's just my whole thing on that.
I'm
So whenever
personally
it comes to games you guys are excited for,
I'm personally gonna wait because I'm not gonna know what issues there are gonna be in a day one release where people are gonna normally just patch it up, or there's already gonna be issues immediately after grabbing it and playing it. Like, I know I've seen quite a few that I was like, okay, this would be interesting, but I'm not going to pre-order and I'm not going to do anything until I see, people at least giving some sort of like, I would say I believe more of the user reviews than the critic reviews, just because 9 times out of 10 the critics either they're for a certain market or they're not, which is why
Never
it's like
forget
if
the
it's
Cuphead incident.
oh god, yeah. I Yeah, no. The
Yeah.
fucking one dev that took like what was it, 30 minutes or
Like
so.
30 minutes to complete the fucking tutorial.
Yeah, to complete
Yeah,
the
like one of the
tutorial.
reviewers took like 30, 40 minutes to get over a basic jump, I think, and he was
Yeah, this
complaining
is
about the controls, I think.
yeah, I think that was literally the
Um,
most basic jump in the game, and you just kept doing the same thing over and over, and you're like, dude, it's not that hard to time it properly. But yeah,
no, it really wasn't.
that's why I'm like, I'm just gonna wait for user reviews once they like come out. But at the same time, user reviews, depending on who it's for, like 9 times out of 10, if it's for like the fan or for like a casual audience, because 9 times out of 10 a casual audience isn't gonna worry about either review, but you're gonna usually worry if you're a fan of it, the user reviews, and I guess if you're curious but not sure if you would be a fan of it, probably a critic review. That really just depends, but 9 times out of 10 critic reviews I feel like are just eh, to a point where it's like it's just so biased. Like I'm pretty sure, I don't know if anyone knows, but I'm gonna guess The Last of Us, I think, was one of the main ones where I think critics really liked it but the users didn't. But genuinely I feel like you're literally just playing a movie. You're just interacting in a movie. That's
Yeah.
literally all
yeah,
that is for the entire game. And you're trying to, like there's stealth sections of course, but literally that's probably like the whole point is like, try to get through everything, but it's literally just a cinematic movie. But you're playing the one of the characters in the movie. Like I may as well just
yeah.
have a game where you're literally able to play every single character in their own section of the movie.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what it sounds
like
like to me. Just do that.
freaking Metal Gear, dude. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
Uh-huh.
And whenever it comes to mind with, I just got a message from Faye saying she'll destroy me. Anyways, so whenever it comes to a game with critics versus fans, I always think Spider-Man Web of Shadows. That game was critically destroyed, but fans still talk about that game. Sure, the story in the game, I'll be the first one to say it, it sucks. Like, imagine having a symbiote invasion story and you do nothing with it.
My God.
That is basically Web of Shadows, but the combat is like Platinum Games has a run for their
Stellar.
money. It is that kind of in depth for a
Mhm.
Spider-Man game, and it is so good. And it has the most complex web swing in the world. Like talking about like different button combinations to slide, jump, run across walls, like anything you can think of, right?
Okay.
And it's so cool. But then critics just don't like it. I'm like, how can you complain
Like,
that there isn't
it's
a
a
Spider-Man game that has a more complex system, and then you complain about the one that does?
it's the Spider-Man game, and that's like the whole gimmick. You can unlock and do all this other cool shit. But no, 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 it's too complex. I want a simple mechanic where I literally just fucking beat people up. Don't hurt me, YouTube, but I, just, actually, like, playing the game. I'm playing a video game, and I'm going through and, trying to beat up the villains and, the crooks that are trying to be, bad guys, literally. But no, we can't, I just want to have one way, not like, the cool and insane different combos that I want to be able to do to just, go through and, yeah, that kind of thing. I'm trying to make YouTube not want to destroy me, but oh well, that's unless I get more people show up.
I mean, I don't think you've gotten to the point where YouTube will start hounding you because they let smaller channels go, but like the bigger you get, the harder it is. So just for
Yeah.
future reference.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes to
Just don't let Twitter
game
find
reviewers, I will always
Don't let Twitter find out.
no. Whenever I think of game reviews, I always think of what IGN used to treat Sonic like for years.
Didn't they
Like,
treat
they
them
would
like
just drag him through the mud for years,
Yeah.
and then only recently, they've given him some semblance of respect. And I'm just like, And then they would have completely biased reviewers too. They would have somebody who loves Little Big Planet review Little Big Planet and let him give a high score. Has someone who doesn't like Sonic review Sonic and give it a low score.
Yeah. Like, that's
Mhm.
that's the sad part is, like, just,
I
I don't know, just find someone that would be somewhere in the middle. Like, sure, they probably like it, but if they're actually critical about, the stuff and not go based on, oh, this is just a very cool series that I like, and therefore decide to praise the game in one way and then, say, oh, sure, there's probably flaws, but that's not, game breaking. Like, if there's something that's genuinely, like, horrible about the game, to a point where it would ruin it a lot for other players, but it didn't ruin it for you, that would probably be a big thing to put out there. But I don't know. I'm not a gaming journalist. I can't tell you whether or not, how any of that should work, but that's kind of something that should, at least be out there. Have someone who's, more of in the middle, not a bias of, oh, I like this series, just be more, like the same thing is like be critical about your game too, because you don't want to just go, oh, I really like the series and I think it's good because of whatever, because it's the series, they finally got another game or whatever out. If the game sucks, it sucks. Fucking say that it sucks and, call it a day. Don't just meat ride it. Like, there's people that
Mhm.
genuinely just meat ride over either a company or a game or anything like that, and it's still going on. But yeah, it's been.
Yeah, like I Okay, real quick, before we get off this topic, but like I hate it when people think that just because you can make a video essay doesn't mean that you should be able to talk about every single subject. Like because you're proficient in anime reviews doesn't immediately mean you can jump into like game reviews. Like that's
Yeah,
not how that works. And it's like, do you understand
yeah,
how
because
this space works, Chief?
you've got anime reviews, you've got game reviews, you've got movie reviews. Like they have something different in each one. Like movies, you would have to rate it under their like watchability and like kind of replayability too, because there's some like I don't know if anyone has seen Kung Pao at all, either of you.
I don't think so.
The one
Not that
where
I can recall.
it was solely it had one sole scene that inspired Back in the Barnyard. If you guys know about Back in the Barnyard.
No
There
idea.
was one scene
Uh,
in there with like all the animals that were, I think it was a post credits cutscene. I know one of my friends will probably go back and watch this and be like, Kung Pao mentioned? Or he's probably gonna message me if he's even watching it, because I know Seti's in the whole podcast thing too, but I don't know if he's watching, but he'll probably be like, Kung Pao mentioned question mark, and literally that was I think the post credits cutscene where that solely inspired Back at the Barnyard, and then there's a whole bunch of other like different references and scenes and everything. Like you can go back and rewatch it, and you'll see something new almost every time. Like you won't see anything within the first watch through. That's why people usually watch movies several times over to go, oh, there was shit in here that I missed. Which is why that gets the replayability thing, even though, games have the same thing, but it's a completely different standard. Like, movies, it's something you
mhm.
haven't seen. For games, it's something that you probably haven't done yet, or probably have to go back and do, or gives you the want to come back and do it again. Or same thing like, coming back and 100%ing it again, or just, playing through whatever stuff that you want to do. Anime, same thing. I would probably precedent it in the same thing as movies, maybe, but it really depends. I'm not good with anime type like reviews, but I definitely would say movies is its own thing. Anime kind of is, but is in a similar vein. Aside from the fact, like, if there's an anime movie, it would be considered a movie. But if it's like an anime where it's like episodic, it's got its own thing along with the same thing of episodic shows as well that go like 20 or so minutes long, but they have their own different things. They should be rated differently, not off of one scale or one universal scale, aside from, I'm trying to think of what exact scale it is, other than like, I would say on the term of a casual scale, to be honest. Like, if the average viewer had no idea what this thing was or what this series is, and if it's like good for whether it's like someone to catch up to a certain spot, or a certain game that has like, a whole bunch of story and it has a good recap, or is a good start to like, the entire story and everything, and a good thing to get into. That's the kind of casual score, until like further in with different like, like sequels and trilogies and all of that. Like, you would have to hope that that first casual score is good to then have them become a fan. Because the casual score, of course, will get lower as time goes on. But if it's something that they start with, that's good. But yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. It's also like with a lot of people that review things, and it's not just movies and TV. It's also people that be like talk about like real world issues, and then they start going on attacking big creators for no fucking reason. That we've seen
Yeah.
happen. If you guys know what I'm referencing, it's like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? You don't need to do that. And not like you had any valid points to begin with. It's just like you're just you're just shooting yourself in the foot. For no
Honestly.
reason.
Real though?
Honestly.
I don't know if it's just like to get clout or drag attention or something, but it's usually what it stems from is attention.
Twitter is attention 100%. Because they got nothing better going on. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. They'll be like, I'm gonna take a
it's
break
just-
an hour later. Alright guys, I'm back.
Alright, guys. Feeling energized.
That's my
I've
mental
learned
health
from my
break.
past mistakes of accidentally retweeting.
I said retweeting. I swear to God, it will happen again because action speaks louder than words, and I don't know that rule.
Twitter user trying to
Unless
stay away from Twitter challenge impossible.
Yeah.
I
Cops
think you'll quit
called.
Destiny more than
Gone wrong
Oh my God.
at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
no, but yeah. At 3
And
a.m.,
sometimes-
cops called.
And sometimes video essays, in some cases, they're enjoyable, but in other times, it's like, does this shit need to be 12 hours long?
Real.
Like,
Well, funny enough,
Like-
what the fuck?
I just watched a video very recently about, what is it? It was like this. I don't know if it was like the Sleepy Brit or something, but it was his video I just spotted on there that he figured out how to break like the algorithm on YouTube, where because there's people who fall asleep to watching like super long videos, and of course people having like 2 hour long videos just to have that go on, and no one's gonna skip the ads because they're probably fucking asleep. So that's
Asleep.
kind of part of
Yeah.
it, why they have that there, is just have a huge
I mean,
2 or 3 hour long video just for people to go and fall asleep to, only to have that be in their recommended after like autoplay goes through, or they're just watching a random video or something, and then they just happen to fall asleep on that one, and autoplay just does that for them. But that was the
Yeah,
thing I
like-
watched, because they said that was how like the YouTube algorithm right now is broken, because that gets more money for YouTube and for the creators. They literally just make that long video, but it takes a lot longer to do it. So that's been like the biggest thing
Yeah.
going on now, instead of it being like the 8 to 10 minute videos with like shorter like ad rolls and everything, and that was the whole thing that they talked about. But that's the new meta right now, is having like 2 to 3 hour long video essays and people talking about these things. I've fallen into it because I'm like, I need something to help me fall asleep, and that's generally what I'm doing, so I'm in that boat. But I find it interesting, though, to say the
Feel-
least.
Oh yeah, sure.
Whenever it comes to like video essays, I hate it when they're like either clickbait related, or they let their own opinions get in the way. Because it's like you have like the ones where it's like, oh, so and so isn't interesting anymore. Or, oh, this is where this thing fell off, or this and that, and it's like that's not what. Like, if you're gonna criticize and do video essays, it's best to not have your own opinions in there.
Exactly.
And if you do, at least say something. And I know it's hard to not put your opinions and stuff. It's gonna be damn near impossible. But at least do your best to mitigate it, and
Yeah.
or just be like posture on Nightmind, where like you only cover stuff that you like, so you're always positive about it.
Yeah, because
everybody wants.
I like
attack
Nightmind
content.
too. Yeah, I like Nightmind's
Yeah, I like
content
Nightmind.
too.
Like, I don't know, but just I don't know, it's weird, but
Yeah.
people are just a different breed. And I feel like it's gotten worse over time because, like, back in the days of like our childhood, you'd have like the Rage compilations and stuff like that, and the Let's Plays and stuff. Now it's been taken over by live streaming and video essays.
Yeah.
And you never would have thought that something that requires a lot of effort and no effort would coexist at the same time. Because at least Let's Playing had more effort put behind it than live streaming. I'll say it. Live streaming
Yeah,
has
because
a
you still
harder
gotta.
setup to start out with,
Yeah.
but
Literally, live streaming, you just go with the flow, whatever you've got. Putting effort with
yeah,
Let's
legit.
Plays, you actually have to segment out different parts of the videos and, cut whatever the boring parts are out. Like, you could literally cut out the boring parts. And that's what, caught a lot of people's attention on Let's Plays, was all the boring parts were gone. It was literally just the person usually normally reacting to it. But I know when I was doing those back then too, I didn't know the concept of cutting out the boring parts, or at the very least, what is it? Like, you can also like just have it go as like a long play too, because that technically is like a live stream. But I've only ever done like a few Let's Play starts. I've never usually gone past like maybe the first episode or two. Because I know I have a Minecraft Let's Play that I tried doing, and then I just never ended up following up.
Oh no.
I never ended up following up with it after however long, and then there was another channel, which I may or may not end up like talking about aloud. I probably can, because I mean, it's been dead for, what is it, 7, 8 years, I'm pretty sure, because this was since high school that one of my friends had made it, that I was also thinking of bringing onto the podcast. Oops. But I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they'll see it or not, but it was like what was it? It was like the Misfits channel or something. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but literally that was like the I think it was Medieval Misfits was what it was that had happened. That it had her, another friend of ours that was about a year younger, and then another friend of ours that, of course, was a part of the, I guess, main sort of friend group, and we ended up, of course, this was like, I think, well before the fallout of the whole friend group, but that was like, that went on for 7 episodes, and they ended up cutting out like quite a bit of different pieces. I know I was supposed to be involved in there at some point, but I don't think any of it ever happened, because I was literally just, I think I literally was just quiet the entire time whenever they first started it. but I don't remember exactly what else there was in it, and I don't know if she even still has it, which I find it very funny that that
Oh
was the
dear.
one thing that we did, but we never continued it since then, and I don't even think we have the server or the world anymore. It's that obscure now.
Did you hear that? It's
Oh, good
lost media.
God.
It's now considered
Oh.
lost media. I mean, all we have is just the videos. I have to see if one of my other friends may have it, which is the one that's like a year younger, but I don't think they do, considering they probably just have like completely new or different stuff, or they're because they've been going into cars now. From what I've seen, they've been more of a car person, so I'm like, okay, but yeah, no, that was definitely one of the main things that I had on that one, or at least like that I know of. I'm gonna check real quick because I don't think either of the ones are on, but as of right now, I'll check the time because it looks like it is probably an hour and a half. Yeah, that's about an hour and a half right now. So I would say
You-
if there's anything else that we want to talk about for however long, we can, and then after
I,
that, we can probably go ahead and close
I
off
can't think of
the.
anything else.
Do you have anything? No.
I don't know.
Other than the lost server world channel thing with medieval misfits, that's it. That's like as much as I know, because I know that was supposed to be a high school channel, but we never
Let
ended
me
up
make
going
sure
through with
I'm
it
like.
after. Hmm.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
I can't think of
I
anything.
do have something to talk about, and that
Hmm.
is what we had mentioned earlier with the most amount of hours we put into games, and you was like TF2 and
Yeah,
Destiny,
yeah,
and I definitely had a share of investing a lot of times in TF2. Um, I first played it on console back in 2010. I don't know the specific time frame, but I know it's 2010. So
hmm
technically speaking, I played that game before I played Wind Waker, because it wouldn't be until another year I'd find that game on YouTube and be like, "Mom, I want to play that." And so we bought it on Amazon. My mom still has the account with the exact date when we bought it.
Oh my goodness,
It's kind
Nice.
of funny.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
but I'll have to see if I can get a screenshot of it.
Hmm.
But I first played that on Xbox, and I thought it was kind of a funny looking game, cartoony first person shooter. The only thing I ever known was Call of Duty, and this was 2 years after World at War came out. So I only
Hmm.
known
Fair
gory
enough. Yeah.
shooters like that. And then about 3 years later, I'd find out what Steam was in November and sign up for an account. And TF2 was free to play, so I got to play what many considered to be the golden age of it. And it was
Hmm.
definitely important. Quick play, for as crap as quick play was, it worked. It was fun because it put you in fun servers and whatnot.
Yep.
And it was just enjoyable. Got to experience Love and War update. I was there for Gunmetal, Tough Break,
Yep.
and then eventually what became the shit show known as Meet Your Match, which ruined everything. And I still think ruined everything. In fact, I wish they would revert casual to quick play again, because I feel like
Yeah.
because I think, in my opinion, I think Meet Your Match kill well is not in my opinion. It's literally true. Meet Your Match killed community servers
Yep.
because quick play is what helped community servers, and when Valve took that away and put in casuals, like most of them died, and now they're fucking 24/7 2 or times 10 servers. And the reason why I think it's important to talk about with childhood memories with it is because of a leaked build came out of TF2 called
Yes.
that was from July, and we got to play that. I set up a
Yes.
server, and we all played it together. We got you as well. We got Lydia,
Yeah.
a few other friends of mine, and we played the hell out of it for about 2 hours, I want to say.
Yeah, it was about a good 2 hours until I know people started to
Yeah.
have to hop off, but it was fun. I love being able to play that again, and I was just surprised at how
Mhm.
insane some of the stuff was back then.
Yeah, just everything working, the maps working, the bots, the items and shit. It was really cool, and it's something I
Mhm.
want to do again. And it kind of just
Totally.
brought back a good memory of when I first played TF2 and was like, I was a console gamer. I didn't know anything about PCs. I knew they were a thing, but I didn't know you could play more than just fucking World of Warcraft on it.
Mhm.
But that was fun. That was a lot of fun,
Oh yeah.
and
But
I hope to do it again.
absolutely. Which reminded me of when you were talking about Steam. That was how I learned about Steam when I got Left 4 Dead 2 on PC back when I had the crap top, and I didn't
Yeah.
know that there was a whole like launcher. Oh no,
Oh,
that's not
I
good.
guess you had to go.
Most likely,
Something must
yeah.
have happened.
Something probably happened. He's not on, but I know we'll end it off here soon as it is.
Crashed.
But crash, got it.
Yeah,
Figured. But we'll go ahead and end it
I
off here
think.
soon. But yeah, that was how I found out on Steam around what was it? I had Left 4 Dead 2 on Xbox for a good few months, and then I ended up deciding that I wanted to try to get it on Steam as well because I saw Left 4 Dead 1 and I was like, wait, why are the icons in one way, but the D-pad's up on like the Xbox 360 when I had Left 4 Dead 1 on there? And
Mm-hmm.
since then, I was like, I think that was when I started to fully like fall in love with PC games more than I did with like consoles because of Left 4 Dead, and then of course like you can mod the game and stuff too because I saw mods on there when people were playing Left 4 Dead 2, and it was popular at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't realize like, oh, you got to have a PC to be able to do that, and it was the same way with like Halo Combat Evolved on PC as well, but it didn't have like a Steam launch or anything. So I played that, but I know I didn't play it as much because, of course, like the crap top was like what maybe
Yeah.
if you were lucky 15 to 20 frames a second and probably like not even not even like the super lowest settings that you can put on there, like the lowest settings you could possibly go but still can't play the game. That was what I had like a horrible time playing Left 4 Dead, but I had it on like the lower settings. Same thing with like Halo, because I know that was the same ordeal. But other than that, I thought it was like insane seeing that, and that was also how I found out that TF2 was also on Steam. And I think I have a mercenary badge too, but I remember it was like around before October in 2010 whenever I had it. So I had it before like the Australian Christmas kind of thing. I think it was like between Australian Christmas, but I don't remember that. But I remember like the Halloween update with like the viaduct. Of course, this was like after the July build. I remember everything like from that Halloween update and stuff after. And that was like
Mm-hmm.
around the time I started playing where like, all the cool crates and stuff came out. I'm trying to remember. It was like the strongbox crates. Of course, when the Manco salvage crates used to still drop, like
Oh
whenever they first came
God.
out, and then like even with the I know like I remember Series 40 dropping and Series 50. I've not been there when Series 30 came out. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm wrong, and I have to find out again. But this is already going too long. But I have to remember when later on, like what from when I of course first started playing in 2010. I got to see what crates dropped by that point. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I remember like definitely Series 40 and 50 and especially 60 coming out, and then that was it. But all of those, the Australian Christmas and then Halloween updates, like definitely with the Monoculus, and of course Marasmus I remember much more fondly because I played that a lot more, and having like the spells and everything, and that was just fun to try and mess around with. And of course Love and War and everything that you mentioned there, and Venon, and that's pretty much, where I got that,
I
which I
only
wish I
wish I
still
played
had.
it earlier. That's the only thing.
Yeah, same here, but I'm glad I played it as early as I did, which it was fun
Mm-hmm.
very early on. I just was sad because I had like the crap top, but it was still fun to play, especially on like other community servers.
Had to play the game with fucking Minecraft graphics, stretched 4x3,
Yeah,
shit like that to get it to work. It was yeah.
which one more funny memory and story before we end it off. What is it? We had, what was it? I was supposed to go to church one day, and I have the video of this too. It's literally on like my main channel, but I was supposed to go to church with my mom and I think it was my mom, my brother, my dad. When I was on, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead, hop on the TF2. I was recording like a opening like a crate a day kind of thing, but it was like the whole like crate a day thing wasn't really popularized, nor really it ever will, because you're uploading one crate a day. But I opened up one, and I was so happy when I got the unusual steel pot with like orbiting planets and all of that, and I of course have sold it to someone who was a really good, or he really liked the orbiting planets as an effect, so he pretty much bought that off of me for a certain amount. But I unboxed that a little bit later. I was so happy when I got it, but then I don't know how long after the video was, but I'm pretty sure it was a little after that my mom was like, hurry up and uh, get going because we got to go to church. I'm pretty sure that was literally like what had happened after. But yeah, my mom kind of got a little upset because it's like we had to have been ready like a while ago, but I was on playing TF2, opening a crate, and finally getting an unusual and beating the odds for the first time, which I'm glad I have that. But I hate my reaction. I genuinely hate
blessed
it.
you with an unusual.
God finally blessed me with an unusual before church that day. It's so funny. You were blessed. But yeah, no, that was the main story. That was what I found funny, and I still am glad I have that sort of core memory. And that was on one of the community servers I used to main often before they ended up eventually shutting themselves down after I think like 2015 because they couldn't keep up holding the servers and not a lot of people were joining, of course, because meet your match and all of that. So they just ended that off. And they also stopped the website too, because I remember they also had a website, which I thought was like really cool at the time too. And I think I'm still friends with like the one web developer as well of that website, and they've of course been inviting me to a bunch of different like super best friends groups as well. But I of course have accepted them. I was like, okay, I haven't like hopped into those in a while, but like they're a really cool dude. I just haven't talked with them in years. But that, and I also am a friend of the owner of that server as well. Though I'm pretty sure he's off doing his own thing too. Yeah. Even though, funny enough, I was literally like young at the time. I think that was literally when I was like fucking 14 or 15 at the time when I was playing on their servers. But I know I was a little older by the time I ended up like adding them as a friend, and of course setting up donations with keys and stuff. That was like the thing back then where you donated a key and you got the donator rank and had certain other stuff. That's what I ended up doing too. But I thought it was cool. But yeah, I think now would probably be a good time. But and I'm pretty sure Mason's waiting. Like, what are you doing? But yeah,
Reminiscing the great days of TF2. That's what we're
honestly,
doing.
yes. But yeah, so far that's all for the podcast. If you have anything else, real quick, if I mention anything of note from TF2 before I end it.
I hope it comes back right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I hope so. I want
Yeah.
T2 to be back.
I want it to be back too, honestly. Just allow us to play the game again.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that,
I
that's
think that's
all.
about it.
Yeah, that's about all from us. So, and I know Mason didn't have any other closing remarks before he crashed, but thank you guys for watching. Of course, you guys know the lives are always going to be in the little live section for all of our podcast past streams. And other than that, that's about it. And I know we'll see you guys all next week when we figure out another topic or just hopping back in on VR chat and doing this stuff again, which I think I'll likely see
Yeah.
about us doing the next time as well. But yeah, we'll see you guys and we'll see you next week.